Oh, that voice. Actor and singer Ben Barnes is getting ready to release some new music. Where the Light Gets In goes into the stages of a relationship while encouraging the power within yourself. The big debut is next Friday at the Wiltern, and Ben Barnes is here to tell us all about the new album. This is really exciting because a lot of people know you as an actor, you know, from Harry Potter to the Chronicles of Narnia, so many things. But I didn't know you also had this voice, and an amazing voice.
Do you know, I was never actually in Harry Potter.
You weren't?
I've been a fan cast, I think, of one of the characters in Harry Potter for a long time, so people have been talking about it, but I've never actually been in it.
Okay, but you have been in a lot of movies.
Yes, and a lot of fantasy.
Yes.
A lot of fantasy.
Yes, yes. So now you're a singer, an actor who sings.
It was actually sort of my dream when I was a teenager. I was doing a lot of singing. I would do these Sinatra tribute concerts. I would do these like Stevie Wonder soul nights when I was a teenager. And so it was always my dream, and I got into the acting thing, and I've played musicians in shows and stuff before, but this was really the time for me to kind of let out all those songs that had been building up in me, and you know, just feeling more comfortable in my own skin to kind of get my own, you know, something I've made out there rather than you know, pretending to be somebody else. Well,
you know, a lot of actors say they sing. But when I heard your voice, I was like, this is a singer who likes to act because you have such a great voice.
Thank you.
What really came first for you? Was it acting or singing?
It was actually singing was first. I used to sing in choirs when I was a kid, and I just loved that way of expressing, you know, bouncing around the living room, screaming the Rolling Stones or Queen or whatever it might be. And so that was kind of my first love, my first passion. But it's also storytelling in exactly the same kind of way. And I think, obviously, for 20 years I've been delivering other people's scripts, playing these characters, and now it's my own script.
Yeah. And what really inspired you in this album? It's about relationships. Is it your own relationship?
Yeah, it's about sort of a mix of all the relationships I've really been in, all the different stages of it, all the, you know, the excitement at the beginning, the grief sometimes when they end, the you know, the thrills and the nostalgia, looking back at them and everything. And you know, I think, you know, most great songs are about love or the turmoil that is associated with it. And but I really wanted to make something really hopeful, especially because I played a lot of bad guys the last 5 or 6 years. So I wanted to put something out into the world that felt really joyful and hopeful and soulful, and felt more like how I am in my life. I just wanted to put that into the world, and so that's what I'll be doing on the tour the next couple of months. Yeah, but
do you feel, because when you're acting, you're playing out someone else's story, this is your story, do you feel a little exposed also?
Well, I felt it building up in me, playing roles in the last few years, that I wanted to sandwich sort of bits of myself and my ethos, my ideologies, the things that I care about. I'm trying to squeeze them into other people's words and into these characters that might be, you know, evil wearing a cloak, and I'm trying to make them, you know, I'm trying to put out my message, and I realized that the only opportunity to do that is really to take it on yourself and start with a blank page. And so it is a bit frightening, but I did an EP a few years ago, sort of completely by myself really, and then this album I've had some help in terms of brilliant musicians who've come to play on the album and people who've helped produce it. Actually, a couple of guys from the band Maroon 5 came on board to kind of help. Sam, who's their bass player, came to produce the album. I was a big fan of their kind of early albums, were just, you know, really kind of soulful and fun pop music, and that's what kind of I wanted to put out.
Well, it sounds amazing what I've heard so far.
Thank
I'm very excited to hear more of it. And again, Ben Barnes will be holding his album release next Friday at the Wiltern. You can find more information by going to kcalnews.com and click Scene on TV.